Heidi-ho! It's December 14th, which of course means it's time for chapter 14 of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. So let's get right to it. Scrooge awoke in the middle of a very fitful sleep, only to remember that the second messenger of which Marley warned him was soon due to appear. Whenever he thought about that second spirit, he felt uncomfortably cold. He tried to anticipate which part of the room the spirit would appear in first. But when the clock struck 1, no spirit appeared. He waited for more than 20 minutes and nothing appeared. Scrooge was trembling by this point. Then Scrooge saw a bright light shining through the door. It was coming from the next room. Scrooge walked across his room to the door. The moment Scrooge's hand was on the knob, a strange voice called him by his name and bade him enter. He obeyed. It was his own room. There was no doubt about that, but it had undergone a surprising transformation. The walls and ceiling were covered with vines and plants. Holly and mistletoe were everywhere. Heaped up on the floor to form a kind of throne were turkeys, geese, game, poultry, brawn, great joints of meat, sucking pigs, long wreaths of sausages, mince pies, plum puddings, barrels of oysters, red-hot chestnuts, cherry-cheeked apples, juicy oranges, luscious pears, immense cakes, and seething bowls of punch. In the middle of this room sat a jolly giant. He had a glowing torch. "Come in," exclaimed the ghost. "Come in and know me better, man." Scrooge entered timidly and hung his head before the spirit. He was not the dogged Scrooge he had been, and though the spirit's eyes were clear and kind, he did not like to meet them. "I am the ghost of Christmas Present," said the spirit. "Look at me." Scrooge reverently did so. It was clothed in a simple green robe bordered with white fur. This garment hung loosely on the figure. Its feet were bare, and on its head it wore a holly wreath, set here and there with shining icicles. Its dark brown curls were long and free. Its face was friendly. "You have never seen the likes of me before," exclaimed the spirit. "Never," Scrooge replied. The ghost of Christmas Present rose. "Spirit," said Scrooge submissively, "lead me where you will. I went forth last night on compulsion, and I learned a lesson. Tonight, if you have something to teach me, let me profit by it. Touch my robe." Scrooge did as he was told, and held it tight. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is chapter 14. Tune in tomorrow night for chapter 15 of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Good night.